Hello and welcome everyone to the CAT e-learning classes. Today we have gathered here to inaugurate and commence the CAT e-learning classes part 1 organized by Directorate of CAT of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Today we have with us our honorable dignitaries, CMA Rajendra Singh Bhati sir, Chairman Committee for Accounting Technicians of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. CMA R.K. Jain, Joint Director, Secretary, Committee for Accounting Technicians of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Our faculty members, Mrs. Megha Vyas and CMI Nitish Gupta sir, and also Sri Ayush Asija. I welcome everyone in today's inauguration program of CAT e-learning classes. I now request our Honorable Chairman of Committee for Accounting Technicians, CMA Rajendra Singh Bhati sir, to kindly inaugurate and deliver his welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yeah, okay. All the good wishes to all of you and led by R.K. Jainji and Riya Chaudhary and doing good work in CAT to reaching the unreached areas because our institute, wherever we have our chapter presence, we do CAT with the help of a chapter, and wherever we have a ROCCs, with the help of ROCCs, we are having this CAT. And today we are starting this online classes for the CAT because the COVID period has given a new avenue where we can have access, because I don't know the way from which of the reason we are having a student, and wherever we are reaching to the this CAT in a, because the in a market, if I can say, the requirement of account technician is a huge. If I go somewhere in the organization and if I ask, they required a huge requirement of a accountant in the, so that with this thought the institute came with the having some certification course for the small period, and people can have a knowledge of this accountancy, law, and income tax and all. And also we came with the some of the tax review learning initiatives like SAP, which I think you have might got this syllabus of this CAT course also. So where you will have a learning of SAP, Microsoft and all. And my team is with you all the times because they will taught you all the requirement of a one good accountant who can reach to the industry, and will definitely you will flourish with our institute name also, because you will if you get a good recognition in the market, then our institute will flourish like anything. And we want to make it a very good job oriented, like a course where you can have a, after doing this course you can have directly the recruitment. And we are also coming with the planning to have a cap cat base campus placement. So there you will have, after qualifying this cat, you will have an opportunity from the institute to have a campus placement. So that is also we are planning. And we are reaching to the unreached areas, like wherever there is a no center, we are opening ROCCs, so that we now we are, earlier we were having a plan to connect with the online, and now we are coming with the another area where we will once in a sometimes in a will get in touch with our student. So the physically we will have a some sort of a training to the CAT student in a physical mode, where we will have a some, our faculties will come to know that what sort of a knowledge you will require, what sort of a things we can inculcate in your career, so that you will get a benefit from by doing this particular course. From recently, the RKJNG told me that our many of the students getting good job in the like overseas also. Like one of the student who recently got a job in UAE as a government accountant kind of a things in UAE. So we have a huge requirement in other countries also. So those who are not able to qualify as a main course like a CA, CM and CS, and have a limited time. Sometimes you have some hurdle, in your time has gone where you want to study, but you could not study, and now you want to have some course which give you the recognition and mastery. That CAT is something like that. So there you can learn these sort of things, skills, because the technology evolution in the India is, I think, a 5 years baby. If you just see after a 5 year and a 6 years baby, like this, after coming a GST in a overall revamp, if you see the way GST collection started, the way GST has they have used this, they have taken the benefit of a technology, no? And then the collection of a GST, it has been doubled like anything. And the way they are using their software, if you see, earlier they were state-wise. This was their tax collection method was there, and then center the another department, and some now they have a parallel one, and the mechanism of collecting is the same. Then they are coming with the e-invoicing kind of a things and some sort of a thing. So now that there is a requirement of, with the technology, there is a requirement of a little bit a tech savvy person who know the financial accountancy and all that. So this certificate course which we are giving in a 6 month over a period of a time, you will get a with this particular course you will be able to have a learning of all those things, the basic accountancy. Because see, in this particular course, if somebody from the non-commerce background is coming, we are teaching the some sort of some good principle of accountancy also. Like in accountancy, accountancy is not a big thing. If you see, you might, those people are not from the commerce background, they might be seeing that accountancy is a big one where we cannot understand. Like I'm a accountant, I'm a cost accountant. Okay, I know the cost accountancy, tricks of a cost accountancy. I know the accountancy also. I can understand the balance sheet. If somebody comes to me and is having a headache in mind and somebody and asking me to what sort of a medicine he should take and some sort of. So for me, that had medicine for the headache, medicine for the gastric and something is a blank. Is I don't know what sort of. In India, we know all that. If you take a crocin, you take in the morning, you go for a yoga, you drink some water with the lemon, then your gastric will be not there. That sort of a doctor we are having it. That's a habit of it. But for me, it's a checking of something is very, I don't know H2O is what and some sort of a chemical and some chemicals and how drug is. Although I'm a cost accountant, I know the drug formulation and all sort of a things. We do the cost audit of a pharma company and all sort of, but where to use, I don't know. So here in accountancy also, those who are from the commerce, not commerce background and some sort of. So we have some sort of a concept in accountancy. Like there is a three concept of accountancy. If you see that whatever goes to your debit and comes, then there are type of accounts. That sort of a things which we are having a good expertise in good faculty. They will tell you that what are the real account, what are the nominal account and so on. So if you learn in that in a fundamentally. So in short period of a time, our CAT course has that sort of a curriculum where you will come to know, you will get to know that after qualifying, you will have expertise of identifying these are the real account, these are nominal account. If you do entry in between these accounts, then you will have a effect of that entry on these balance sheet, P&L, and some sort of. So basic, some sort of. Once you have a ABC of accountancy and a field of a commerce like law, and income tax, what's of income? Income tax is income from the five head only, nothing more than that. You might have seen that these books are a five, but the income from the salary, business, house property, capital gain, and other income, residual are other income. Only the five head of income, no? Nothing more than that. So you as a CAT student only have to learn all these things. In GST, what is GST? GST is having a three type of a tax: state, central, and UT, and later on it comes, no? So these sort of a basic concept you will learn over here. We are there, we will taught you. So in CAT, we are giving a very basic and very fundamental sort of a things where you can have a basic concept. Now in 11, 12, when you read accountancy and some sort of a things, so those who are coming from the non-commerce background, so your curriculum is designed in that way. So you will learn basic things in a short form of time. We are giving in this particular certificate course. And then if you go for the CAT level 2 one, So there you will have a basic SAP training also. So SAP training, the SAP training you will have a some sort of a basic in basic what is SAP and then Microsoft. And apart from doing this CAT, we are giving some Excel training also. So there, if you excel in Excel, if you excel, then you will be a super power in the this common, technology. Because the things which we used to do in a, 2 3 days, now in a 2 3 minute Excel can give you thousand number of data, like we lookup, H lookup, and all sort of the things. These sort of a training we are having. So Rast from my side, I'm always there. I'm always taking the feedback of what classes is going on, where the things, what is the status of all field, and to have a exam on a timely basis, and we'll give you the result on a time. We are there to have a campus placement for newly qualified CAS student, and we are trying to partner with some government organization also at the panchayat level and somewhere also. So there also the CAT student can get a benefit also. So I have recently taken over the charge of a CAT, and I'm based at Jodhpur in Rajasthan. I'm a central council member from the northern India, and my team is there. I have a huge team, and they are working very hard for reaching to unreached area and to have a best of the faculties. And I can assure you, if you have any kind of feedback, you must give that feedback to us so that we should come to know that what sort of course content is lacking, what sort of a delivery is lacking, and what sort of a requirement you come across in the market also. So all you people are there online. I have seen 44 people, and due to the I could not join due to the technology. So sorry for the delay. Some people might have waited for a last 30 minutes. So now taking a short time, I will hand over to Ria to for a further processing the inaugural.
Thank you so much, sir, for your address.
Hmm.
I now request CMA R.K. Jain, sir, Joint Director and Secretary to the Committee for Accounting Technicians of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Sir, requesting you, sir, to kindly deliver your address. Over to you, sir. See you on the live stream.
Yes. A very good evening to all of you. At the outset, we congratulate all the students for taking admission in Certificate in Accounting Technician CAT course of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. It is our pleasure and honor to welcome you all at the inaugural session of the batch of e-learning classes of CAT course. The institute has since been continuously contributing to the industrial and economic climate of the country over the period, with more than 95 qualified CMAs in employment and in practice and 500,000 students. The institute has grown as the largest professional body of cost and management accountants. The institute is under the administrative control of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. The institute has introduced this short-term course, Certificate in Accounting Technician CAT course, to enhance the skill set of basic level accountants in India. The institute has been associated with the skill development mission of Government of India and successfully running this CAT course for more than a decade in various states across the country. The CAT course is aimed at equipping the youth of the country with employable skills so that they meet the requirement of the industry, since there has been a wide gap between the skill purchased by the youth and the skill required by the industries. There is an anticipated demand of approximately 1 million accountants at entry level in next 3 to 4 years. And this demand is expected to increase year after year in view of economic vistas and growth being presently witnessed in India. The CAT course of the institute is bridging this gap by producing the accounting technician and shaping the future of the youth of this country. The CAT course has been designed to equip the students with working knowledge of maintenance of accounts, preparation of tax returns, filing of return under Companies Act, GST, Income Tax, Custom Act, export and import documentation, etc. To ensure career progression, a student after qualifying the Certificate in Accounting Technician CAT course can continue the CMA course of the institute, thus becoming a qualified cost and management accountant. I am sure that Certificate in Accounting Technician course of ICMAI will meet the expectation of those students who are looking for a cost-effective, employment-oriented course to have a promising career at entry-level accounting field. After successful completion of this course, there will be ample job opportunities available for accountants in small and medium enterprises, BPOs, KPOs, retail sector, panchayat accounting, income tax, GST filing of returns, and forms under various acts like Companies Act, Custom Act, Export Act, Import Documentation, etc. I am sure that you would grab this opportunity, attend the classes regularly, and complete this course to match your capabilities with the demand of the market for a promising career as entry-level accountant. Wish all the students a great and bright career ahead. And we are having well-qualified and experienced faculty members with us to conduct the classes as per the CAT curriculum. All the very best. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you, Riya madam.
Thank you so much, sir, for your address. I will now take the opportunity to welcome our honorable faculty members. CMA Nitish Gupta, sir. Nitish Gupta, sir, welcome you in the CAT e-learning classes. So, CMA Nitish Gupta, sir, is a cost and management accountant and holds diploma in information systems audit, DISA. He is also a practicing chartered accountant with 9 years of experience and more than 7 years as an entrepreneur practitioner. His major area of experts are GST and NGO consultancy, and he has a diversified experience in income tax, GST, audit, and corporate consultancy. He has been the rank holder throughout his academics, including All India rank in CA and CM. He has scored various awards for excellent performance in various activities in academic and professional level. He has been associated with Toastmaster International Limited, that is Toastmaster International is a world leader in communication and leadership development. He has started his career with Federal Bank as credit manager at Mumbai Regional Hub, but his quest for self-satisfaction made him to leave his job, and then he became an entrepreneur practitioner by establishing his own firm. So welcome you, sir, in this CAT e-learning classes, and request you, sir, to kindly deliver your address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much for this warm introduction, and thank you so much all dignitaries who are present here and who has thrown a light of knowledge and the things that the objectives of whole course, as well as the whole objectivity, the purpose, why we should do, and what benefits everyone here is getting. So that is what amazingly every student will benefit here. So we can start the class, I think. Let me share my slide.
Sir, we will start the technical session afterwards once the inaugural is completed.
Okay.
So I now request.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence in the inaugural session.
Okay. Thank you.
So now I request Mrs. Megha Vyas, madam. Ma'am, can you please unmute your mic and camera?
Sure, ma'am.
We welcome you, ma'am, in this CAT e-learning classes. So, ma'am, Mrs. Megha Vyas, madam, has completed post-graduation in MCom from Vardhaman Mahavir Open University, Kota. She has done Bachelor of Legislative Law from Jodhpur. She has also completed B.Ed from JNBU University, Jodhpur. She has also completed CMA Intermediate course from the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. So welcome you, ma'am, in this CAT e-learning classes. So she will be taking the law paper. So a hearty welcome to you, and you may kindly deliver your inaugural address. You're on the live stream.
Good evening, all the dignitaries and everyone who has joined here. It is such a huge pleasure for me to work with all these dignitaries. I'm really, I don't know, have words and how happy I am to help in these. The work you are doing is very great. You are reaching every section of India and you are taking one step in the direction, and I'm really glad that I'm part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us in the inaugural session. So we have two of our faculties, CMA East Taneja and Sri Ayush Asija. So they will be joining tomorrow in the class. So due to some reason, they have not been able to join today. So they will be joining in the class.
Yeah, Ayush Tanuja is very
Ayush?
good. Yeah, he's a very good. You are very good, chosen a very good faculty. I think East Tanuja is very expert in Indes and IFRS and all. So that is a very good selection. And you can you have some this chat board kind of a things from the attendee? They send
Yes,
some.
sir.
Are we getting anything?
Yes, sir. We have a chat box where the students can raise their questions, and the faculty will immediately solve the query of the candidates.
Okay, it is. Related to inauguration, we have not got anything. If any attendee have any sort of query from our administration level, so they can also ask in the inaugural session itself also. What sort of things?
Chat, we have not received anything from the students. I have checked here. As of now, there is nothing.
Most of the students from the which region?
The southern region.
Southern region.
Southern region. Right, sir? Jen, sir? Southern region only, no? Most of the students. North also there are many students, north, west, but maximum students
right
are
now we
from
are at 49 attendees. That's why I was.
Yes. So now we will be yes, sir. So sir, can we anything you want to add, sir, Bhati sir?
No, you do it. So nothing. No, any ROCC is taking part in this. They are launching at their center, or only the live student, those who are our own student directly connected with the head office. They are there.
So we have sent this mail to the ROCC also for their participation. So I think they might be participating in this in this program, because we have informed the ROCC also for their participation.
Sure. Okay, go ahead.
So, sir, now we may request CMA RK Jain sir for the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. We convey our heartful gratitude to our chairman CMA Rajendra Singh Bhati sir for his august presence, guidance and support in conducting e-learning classes for CAT students. Thank you so much, sir. We are very much thankful to Nitesh sir and Megha Vyas sir, madam, for accepting our request and sparing your valuable time to enlighten the CAT students with your expert knowledge and experience on the subject. We convey our sincere gratitude for being with us. We are very much thankful to our respected President CMA Ashwinji Dalwadi sir and Vice President CMA Vibhuti Bhushan Nayak sir and all other council members for their valuable support in conducting these classes. I am very much thankful to my colleague Riya Chaudhary Madam, Assistant Director CAT, for providing continuous support in successful implementation of this initiative. We are very much thankful to Team IT for providing seamless support to conduct this program in online mode. Wishing all the candidates a great success in their career. Thank you. All the best. Thank you. Now I would request Nitish sir to start the session.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. So now we have ended the inaugural session. So now we will start the technical session, and we request CM Nitish Gupta sir to address his presentation. Over to you, sir. You may start your presentation.
Sure. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Bhati sir, for coming in our inaugural session. We are very much thankful. So, and thanks to all the faculty members. Over to you, sir. You may start now. Yeah.
Sure. I've started the presentation. Is it visible to?
Yeah, sir, I'm hosting your presentation.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I hope it's visible to everyone.
It's visible and audible, sir. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So we are going to start this first paper. This is the fourth paper as such, statutory compliance, which we are going to talk about today. Now, before moving to the session, let's have a quick introduction. I think the chat box is open. So if everyone who are listening to me, can you please give a small introduction, just three things from you all. One is your name, your location, where you belong, and third is your qualification. Maybe it's 12th or whatever qualification you have, the last examination that you have passed. So I repeat three things on the chat box: name, location, and qualification. So quickly we can do that. Till that, I'm giving a brief understanding about the subject and other things. Then we will start the technical session formally. So I hope the chat box is able to accessible to everyone. So location means your city name and state name. Name, your location, that means city and state. And third is your qualification. If you would like to share statutory compliance, please keep giving your introduction so that it will be better for me to give you a better understanding. And statutory compliance is very important for any accounting technician, because when you are an accounting person, you are expert of accounting. The accounting has two purposes for any business. One is for the purpose of giving reports required for a businessman to understand about his business. Second is the user of accounting is the government as well. So to give appropriate reports to the government so that they can understand what taxation or other laws would apply to the person. So that is the main reason that we are also understanding statutory compliance, because as such we may not be required to do these compliances, but we have to take care at every point whether our accounts that we are making, the accounts which we are working upon, are complied with the laws or not. So the law which we will talk about today in this subject in statutory compliance is taxation. And mainly we are going to talk about indirect taxation, which is GST, the goods and service tax. chapter is about concept of taxation. We will start from this. Now, maybe you are aware or not. Let me tell you one thing. This class will go for next 1 hour. Since it started late, so it will definitely end late. So please be with me till that. So the first chapter is about concept of taxation. So how the taxation works in this country, how the taxation works, and what is the concept of taxation, at least the purpose, how it is going to implement in the country, and how it works in the whole country. So that is the whole goal of this chapter, to understand the concept of taxation. The first topic that we are going to talk about is Constitution of India. Great, so I'm getting introductions from everyone. So now, whoever has not given the introduction, you can maybe give or not, you can start concentrating on the class now. So Constitution of India. So concept of taxation starts from the Constitution, because everything that comes in this country as a law comes from the Constitution of India, because nothing can go beyond the Constitution. Because every power is from the foundation, every power of government comes from the foundation, or maybe the source, which is Constitution. The Constitution has only thing which has all the powers to do anything in the country, and if anyone including the government, including any officer, including anything that can happen in the country as a law, that comes only from the Constitution. And that's why this is known as foundation and source of power for everyone, for everything that happens. Now, how this power comes, like, this power is not concentrated. Not a single person has all the powers. This power is structured. This power is divided in 28 states and 8 union territories. I hope you are aware about this. So just a brief introduction, just a brief information that how Constitution, how power is divided in the Constitution. Now, how these states and union territories has been given the power? Simple. These powers are given to all the states and union territories by way of 3 pillars. So there are 3 pillars of the power. Now anyone can guess quickly would be the 3 pillars of power in India. Anyone can reply in the chat box. What are the 3 pillars by which the power is distributed in India? On the chat box. So I'm not seeing any reply. The first one is legislature. Now anyone can guess the other 2 pillars? Talk about the first pillar, till then you keep guessing the other 2 pillars. Let me just confirm you one thing. We will take all the queries at the end of each topic. So let me finish first topic, then whatever queries are there, I will take it. Then I'll go to the second topic. So the first topic we are talking about is Constitution of India. And there are 3 pillars of power in the country. One is legislature, second is executive, and third is, any guesses? Judiciary. There are 3 pillars. The first pillar is legislature. Now, legislature have few things which we need to understand. So legislature have, first is Lok Sabha, that is lower house of legislation. This is the direct powerhouse, because all the members of Lok Sabha are elected by the whole of Indian people directly. And the other house of constitution is Rajya Sabha. That is the upper house of legislature, and this is known as indirect powerhouse. Why? Because all the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by all the states, not by the Indian people directly, but by the elected people of the states. They elects their few persons in the Rajya Sabha. For example, Rajasthan government has nominated few members on behalf of Rajasthan to Rajya Sabha. Similarly, every state have few members as their representative in Rajya Sabha, and in Lok Sabha, which we know as MPs, MPs are elected by government by the people of India. How this power is distributed. Now, you must be aware or you must be knowing there are in all the states, the legislature is in form of legislative assembly. So there are 28 states. So in 28 states, there are legislative assemblies, and in 3 union territories, that is Delhi, Punjab, Delhi, Pondicherry, and Jammu and Kashmir, they have they also have legislative assembly. All others, that means remaining 5 union territories, they have they are directly controlled by central government through a governor appointed by central government. So that's how legislative assemblies and the powers work. 6 states also have lower house. So this is the upper house. The lower house is called as legislative assembly. The upper house is called as legislative council. So firstly we talked about the Indian central government, which is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. At the state level, there are legislative assembly and legislative council. At present, only 6 states have legislative council. All other states are solely governed by lower house, that is legislative assembly, that is in 28 states, and 3 UTs, remaining 6 UTs does not have legislative assembly or legislative council. They just are being governed by governor appointed by central government, that is the parliament. And the remaining union territories that I just told are governed by governor or lieutenant governor. So I hope it is clear to everyone. If you have any queries, please keep giving on the chat box. I'll take queries at the end of the topic. Second is executive. So in the executive is one where the legislation comes, all the laws are being approved, are being slotted into the legislature. Now about executive, that means the one who works. So legislature, the one who makes laws, who actually works for making policies. So these are the legislature. Second is executive, which is the one which actually works in the field. So the head of all the executive things, all the executive power persons in India is president. So president is the constitutional head of all the executive bodies of India. But it is managed by prime minister on behalf of president. So the power is with president, but the power is being utilized or being worked out by the prime minister. Same goes with the states. Governor or lieutenant governor is the constitutional head, but chief minister manages it. Now third powerhouse of India is judiciary. We have 25 high courts in India. Now you must be surprised that we have 28 states. How come 25 high courts? So some states have combined high courts, some union territories does not have high courts. So it's in the some way there are 25 high courts. Now what is the exact? Let me inform you that also. Goa, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram and Nagaland, they does not have any high court. Their high court is, for example, Goa, the high court is with Mumbai. Similarly, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram and Nagaland, they have high court combined with Assam. Similarly, in Bombay, I just told you Guwahati. So Guwahati High Court is managing Assam as well as Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram and Nagaland. and Goa is being managed by Bombay High Court. But what about if these state does not have High Court? How come in 28 states 25 High Court? So there is one more High Court which is in the Delhi. Since Delhi is not a state, it's a union territory, but it also have a High Court. So that's how we have total 25 High Court. That means 24 in the states and one is in the union territory. So this is how judiciary is divided. And yes, how can we forget the Supreme Court, the supreme powerhouse of judiciary, the one Supreme Court we have. So this is how the judiciary system is designed in India. There are various lower courts as well. They works in their own ways, but this is the basic things that we must have to understand in order to the GST things, which is our main topic. So if you have any queries, I just kept on asking, please keep giving on the chat box. I'll take at the end. So this topic is complete from my side. I've seen one message from Soumya. You can see my question. So yes, I can see your question, but I don't see your question. I can see this message only. If you have any question, please give on chat box again. Someone has said I don't have received the books. So I think you must have some contact numbers of CMA coordinators, maybe Riya Chaudhary ma'am or someone. So I think you need to contact them, or maybe you can mail to the official mails. And someone has asked my name, as I told, it was already informed, Nitesh Gupta, and I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan. I think all the queries are taken. There are no queries. Let me go to the next topic now. So the next topic that we have in our chapter, which is taxation, how the taxation works in India. So basically, again, as we were talking about the powers of government, the powers in India that are being given by Constitution. So now how this power come about taxation? Because power is all about Constitution, and then power comes through the states, union territories, and the power is divided into three things: executive, judiciary, and legislature. Now, how the taxation power comes? So the taxation power is under the legislature. Now, who has power to which tax? How can the taxation comes, or how the power is divided? That we need to understand. We will just understand central government, that is the central legislature, that is the lower house and the upper house. So the central government, that means to say is lower house and upper house, they have power to levy or to collect income tax, excise and customs. Now they cannot collect tax on agriculture, they cannot collect tax on liquor. So they can collect three type of taxes majorly. Again, basic understanding we are talking. There are so many things if we go into the law, but just the basic. Income tax, except agriculture, can be collected by central government. Excise, except liquor, can be collected by central government. Customs duty can be collected by central government. Now state government, they can collect VAT, excise duty on liquor, and definitely the agriculture. So tax on agriculture, excise duty on liquor, and VAT, this can be collected by central government. And municipalities, that the local municipalities that we might be having in our city, they can collect taxes on house property. So this is a basic taxation system that we need to understand, that how the power is divided into the states and central. So now let me tell you more in terms of constitutional things. So the power of tax lies, how it comes actually, central government can make laws as per the list 1. So there are 3 lists in the Constitution on which any government can make laws, any government can make legislatures. So there is a list 1 on which central government can make laws. And definitely, as I just told, income tax can be collected by central government. That means income tax is in the list 1, which says central government can make laws on income tax, on collecting income tax. Similarly, there is a list 2. The state government can make laws on the list 2, and definitely VAT, excise, agriculture tax, these are mentioned in list 2. Similarly, there is one more list, concurrent list, list 3, on which both government can collect taxes. So there are so many things which we will understand. For example, taxes on goods. So taxes on goods can be collected by both the government, central government and state government. But in form of excise, central government, in form of VAT, state government. So this is a basic difference. And in the union territories, since union territories are into the purview of central government, so central government can collect taxes, or even they can make laws on both the list in respect of union territories, not states. Simple. So if any doubt if you have, please keep asking on the chat box. I'll reply once the topic is finished. So this is the basic power distribution that is being done in India. Now, let me give you more insight how these, what are the mentioning in the list? What are the exact wordings that are written in the list? So the list 1, that means central government can make laws on this list. That is income tax except agriculture, customs duty, that means the duty on export import, and then excise except petrol, diesel, crude, gas, aviation fuel and tobacco. Corporation tax, that means tax on companies. On interstate sale, not all the sales, interstate sale, purchase or consignment of goods except newspaper. So you just maybe need to cram it. You need to just remember it because it might be asked in a MCQ in any paper, in this paper. So in the exam, an MCQ may come. For example, like on newspaper, who can collect tax? On interstate sale, who can collect tax? So these are the small questions that might be asked in your exams as an MCQ. And yes, list 1 also mentions residual powers. That means whatever is not mentioned in list 2, list 3 or in any list, that can be done by central government. Because central government has the supreme powers. State government has fixed powers. We'll talk about list 2 as well. Again, tax on agriculture, excise duty on liquor, etc. These things can be made by state government, that is list 2. So this is a basic understanding that how the taxation is designed in India. If you have any query, please let me know through the chat. So I cannot see any queries till now. When will exam conduct? I have no idea. And my name, okay, my name is Nitesh Gupta and I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan. VAT are still remain in GST. After GST, no, VAT is abolished now. But on few things like VAT is there, but not on the goods, but VAT is there on some goods like tobacco. We will read it. The topic will come for sure. So please be with me for the next topic. Direct and indirect taxes. So what is direct and indirect taxes? First thing we need to understand, why tax? Why government is keep asking tax, tax, tax? Why there is terrorism of tax that everyone is like, oh, tax, tax, tax. Why? Why tax? Simple. You can see so many things around you which are being provided by government. For example, the roads. For example, the social schemes. For example, there are so many arrangements of social benefits by the government for the poor, for so many other people who are good, and mainly the public services like road, dams, bridges, all these things. How the fund will come? How the fund will come? Taxation. Because if there is no tax, government cannot do anything. And just think about a situation that if government has no funds, how the road will made? Who will make the road? Whether you will make the road in front of your house? No. Or how will you distribute the things that this road who will make? You or your neighbor, because you have two people at the same road, one on the left side, one on the right side. Who will make this road? Now there will be, we cannot distribute the powers, distribute the work which are of public domain. So the public utility work that has to be done by someone common, which are being elected by the people of India to do the public things, to the public welfare. And how the welfare would happen? Definitely from the funds of the people of India. Now, how the collection of funds will happen? Who will give how many amount? Simple. Who earns more pays more. Who earns less pays less. And that's how taxation system is designed in India. So we need funds for various purposes. That's why the need of taxation arises. And there is one thing which is very old one. It was in the US Supreme Court. It was said once by one justice, by very old Justice Holmes. Tax is the price we pay for a civilized society. We live in a civilized society, and it's the price that we pay for that, and that is known as tax. Is classified or divided, because categorization is very important. You cannot simply say just pay 30% tax, just pay 40% tax. There has to be some logical formula or a system designed by which the tax is being collected from people. So there is a basic classification of taxation in India. One is direct. So how we call it a direct tax? Because direct tax is income tax. It is tax on the income that you earn. Why it is called direct? Because it has to be paid directly by the person to the government who is paying it. For example, I earned 1 lakh rupees and the tax is 10%. So this 10,000 rupees I will pay to the government directly from my account to the government's accounts. That is why it is called direct tax. The example is income tax and gift tax, because it is being paid directly from me to government. There is no middleman involved. But in indirect tax, it is on goods or services that we purchase. For example, I purchased one food packet or some item from a shop and there is a GST of 5%. Did I pay some tax to government directly? No. I just paid I just paid 100 rupees to the grocery owner for the sugar I purchased. And that 100 rupees contains tax of 5 rupees. I did not pay that 5 rupees to government. Rather, I just paid 100 rupees to the grocery owner, and that grocery owner has paid 5 rupees out of it to the government. So, since the tax is paid indirectly to the government, first I paid to the grocery owner and then it is paid to the government. And that's why it is called indirect tax. The examples are excise duty, customs, and GST. So this topic is also done. Now just we will go to the next topic. If you have any doubts, please give on chat box. So someone is asking about my qualifications. Uh, so since it has nothing to do with the topic, should I skip it or let me do one thing? Uh, so can someone see the screen? and the qualifications that are written under my name. So I have few qualifications: CA, CMA, LLB, DISA, BCom, and DTM. You can search on the net if you don't know the full forms, but these are my qualifications. If someone asks me, so let me come to the next topic. We are going to shift on the main topic, that is GST, Goods and Service Tax. Now, before we understand goods and service tax, we need to understand how it came actually. What is it? We will talk about it later on. But how it came, this GST has a big background. And the background started from Constitutional 101st Amendments. 101st Amendment in the Constitution was done in 2016. And that's how GST got the birth. So it's like the GST got birth, but the pregnancy came through this amendment. And after 9 months or maybe few more months, the baby called GST came. So that's how this GST history has started. So a birth starts from the pregnancy. This is the date of pregnancy, Constitutional 101st Amendment. So what is it? How it came? Let us talk about that. And why it was required at all? Why this direct GST has come into the picture? Why this amendment has come? So as we have already understood one thing, the center has powers to levy goods, to levy tax on the goods. That is also on interstate. We have just read it, that the central government can levy means apply or to collect. The central government can levy tax only on the goods part, and that is also on interstate, not on the all goods, and definitely on the services part as well. So this was the real position that we just talked about. The state had powers to apply, to levy tax only on the goods part, and that is also intrastate. That means within state. So for example, in Maharashtra, if the goods are moving from Bombay to Pune, the tax can be collected by Maharashtra government. But if the goods is moving from Maharashtra to Madhya Pradesh, then the tax can be levied and collected by central government. Similarly, if there are some services provided by any person in any state of India, the tax can be collected by only central government. So that was the situation in Constitution before this amendment has come. So first 246A was amended. So that was the 101st Amendment, because the power has to be there. Now, what amendment was done? This amendment has given power to both. That means to center and to state, that they can both levy tax on goods and service simultaneously, both intrastate and interstate. How? Why? Because GST is one in the India. There is no different GST in any other state. There is only one GST, and the same GST is working and giving tax to state as well as center. There is no different tax for central government and state government. There is no different law. There is just one law, one India, that is GST. And since the GST had to give birth, that's why the constitutional amendment was required. As I told you, the power comes from Constitution only, and the Constitution had earlier given powers only to center and state differently. Now the amendment was done that both center and state can levy tax on both the things, goods and services, simultaneously. And that's why this 101 amendment was required to be done. And this gave a power to both the governments to levy and collect GST. So I hope till now everyone is clear. So what is GST? Both the tax was merged. Goods and service tax. GST. Both the taxes were merged into one and only one tax remained on goods and services, both, that is GST. For this constitutional amendment was done. Now, many of you might have doubt or maybe clear about it already that when GST came, how many taxes got stopped? How many taxes got subsumed? How many taxes got vanished? How many? So there are so many taxes which got subsumed under GST. I've just written summary of it because if we talk about exact taxes, there are so many. We just need to understand broadly what taxes got subsumed, and the list which I'm going to just talk about is exhaustive one. That means these are the all taxes that got subsumed under GST. Subsumed means has a very amazing meaning. Taxes did not stop. Actually, it merged into GST. There was no separate tax in this name. Rather, it got merged into GST. So what were the taxes? There are few taxes that were levied by center that got vanished on 30th June 2017, and on 1st July the brand new GST came into picture. So what taxes got merged into GST? So from the central government there was excise duty and definitely additional excise duty. So we can just remember, because we need to remember the things as well. So for remembering purposes, I've just written the summary part. You can definitely read your study material for this more reference material, but this is the summary of what taxes got subsumed: excise duty as well as additional excise duty, customs duty, additional custom duty, special additional custom duty, service tax, all type of surcharges and cess under these all acts. And state what all taxes got subsumed under GST: VAT, CST, Central Sales Tax. VAT is value added tax, luxury tax, entry tax, ET and AT, that means entertainment tax and amusement tax, except local bodies. That means if your local municipality has a ET in the effect, they are collecting entertainment tax, they can collect it still. But the entertainment tax and amusement tax that is levied by state is subsumed. Tax on lotteries, gambling and betting is subsumed. All type of surcharges and cess, these are subsumed under GST. So these all taxes got subsumed under GST, and one tax, one law, one nation has come into picture from 1st July 2017. So this is basic understanding that what all taxes got subsumed under GST the day GST came. So it is also known as good and simple tax, because so many returns, so many compliances, so many laws, everyone used to take care until the GST came, and every businessman was so much burdened with these all returns and compliances and definitely taxes. And even in some ways or other, there were so many taxes, like on some things the taxes were so huge that people even avoiding to start a business, that how they will do compliance of all these laws. And that's why GST came into picture, and these all taxes got subsumed, and one tax, one law came into picture, that is GST. So that was the amazing thing that had happened in India, that is vanishing all these taxes and starting just one tax, that is GST. Now, if you have any queries, please let me know. We have almost finished one chapter, that is concept of taxation. We will start the next chapter tomorrow. So for now, if you have any questions, please let me know. So someone is saying MRP on product is direct tax. So I think your question I could not relate with the things. Let me just tell you again, the tax on income, that is income tax, is direct tax because you are paying this tax directly to government. You are paying this tax to the government directly to the government's accounts. That's why it is indirect tax. What is indirect tax? For example, you have purchased one packet of biscuit for 10 rupees. Now in this 10 rupees, if there is an 18% GST, 1.8 approximately 1.8 rupees is the GST. So how much you have paid actually to the shopkeeper? 10 rupees. But how much has gone into the pocket of shopkeeper? Just 8 rupees 20 paisa. And 1.8 rupees has gone into the pocket of government, but not directly. It was collected by that shopkeeper and then paid to the government by that shopkeeper. And that's how it reached from your pocket to the government's pocket, but through indirect channel. So MRP written on any product is not tax at all. MRP is MRP, maximum retail price. So that is the price of the product. Now that is inclusive of all taxes. Most of the cases you will see the word MRP inclusive of all taxes. That is indirect taxes, not direct taxes. So in MRP, the tax is inclusive. That means in 10 rupees, 1.8 rupees is included already. So you are paying 8.2 rupees to shopkeeper and 1.8 to the government directly, indirectly. So that's why it's an indirect tax. MRP is not a tax. Please explain excise term. So excise duty was a tax which was earlier present before GST. Excise was applicable on manufacturing of goods. So there are two types of taxes on the goods broadly. I am a manufacturer of biscuit. I produce biscuit through various machine and so many things. I put flour, I put sugar and so many things, and then I prepare biscuits and then I sell it. So once I sell it, definitely I would not sell it to consumer, because from factory you can't go and simply ask for one biscuit packet. They will just give so many packets in one stance. So from factory it will go to wholesaler or maybe retailer, and then it will go to consumer. So from factory to wholesaler, the tax is being levied is called excise duty. So excise duty was levied on manufacturing of goods, not sale of goods. Manufacturing is the event when the excise duty comes. So excise duty is on the factory. When it goes from factory to someone else, wholesaler, then wholesaler sells it again. Then the VAT comes. So VAT is levied from wholesaler to further. So from factory to wholesaler, excise duty. Wholesaler to further, retailer, consumer or whoever is VAT. So this is excise. Thank you. My teaching is good, you are saying. Thank you so much. I do not have any access to sample questions or previously asked questions. So maybe you can try to Google it, or you can maybe through some other source you can arrange. I do not have such questions of previous exam as well. Constitutional 101 amendment. Okay, I'll explain. Taxes on advertisement is also subsumed. Yes, I told you so many texts are there. You can read it from the study material, but I have just shared you sample, summary. Why? Because so that you will remember it. It will be easy to remember. 101 amendment. Okay, I'll repeat. Custom duty. Okay, so custom duty is simple. Custom duty is still there. It's not subsumed. As I just, you can see the slide. There is no custom duty subsumed here. Basically, custom duty is what? Subsumed in GST. Sorry, I could not speak the other way. The custom duty is subsumed in GST. How? So basically, custom duty is levied on import and export. How it is subsumed earlier, how it used to work, if you purchase or sell goods from or to out of India, maybe you sell something to US, the duty that will be applicable would be custom duty. If you get something from US or sell something to US, custom duty will be applicable. Now, what is the current position? Custom duty is still there, but just a few part. That means just countervailing duty is there. One or two more duties are there, but the majorly, if you sell outside India, only GST will be applicable. So custom duty is basically on import and export. Surcharge and cess. Okay, so basically in so many taxes, for example, in VAT, in excise duty, 5% surcharge, 2% surcharge. For example, if you have manufactured a goods of 100 rupees, on 100 rupees, you can simply, if you calculate excise duty, say there is 10% excise duty. So your tax on 100 rupees would be 10 rupees. And after that, there will be 5% surcharge. So on 10 rupees, 5% would be 0.5. Then there will be 2% cess. You will again apply cess 0.2 and then you will pay 10.70 10 rupees 70 paisa as total excise duty. So these surcharge and cess is also subsumed. Now there is no excise duty, no surcharge, no cess. Is this class recorded? I have absolutely no idea about it. Maybe you can ask maybe someone else like Ria ma'am or RK Jain sir can confirm that. Sage zone taxes. So we will talk about sage when the topic will come. So we will please give, I'll reply queries only that are relevant to the topic, which I've just explained. Executive, I will explain, okay. Taxation under constitution. Okay, so just let me recap everything. Constitutional amendment. So how and why it came. So let me recap everything from start. In India, everything is done through the power. How the power comes? The power comes through constitution. So power is not absolute. The power is distributed. For example, in this session, only I can speak and you can chat. So this is the distribution of power. So this is how the power is required to be distributed. And that's how the power is distributed in India. Legislative has a separate power. Judiciary has a separate power. And executive has a separate power. So legislative is comprised of parliament and legislative assembly. In parliament is comprised in center, that is in Delhi, that comprises whole of India, and legislative assembly is in state. So that's how power is distributed in legislation. Then executive is comprised of the working people who are working administration. You have seen so many IAS, IPS, collector of your district, so many people who are government employee, but they are administrating the whole things. So that is executive. Who is the head of executive? The president of India, but it is governed through prime minister. Similarly, who is the head of constitutional executive things? The governor of state, but the power is managed by chief minister. Then the judiciary, they have power to give the decisions if there is some dispute in between the legislature and executive, or maybe with people of India. And that is judiciary. So there are high court, supreme court, there are so many session court, lower courts, they give decisions, and that are binding on respective areas as well. So this is how power is distributed. So I'm just explaining everything for the recap. Then comes how the taxation would come in India. Simple. The power is distributed in India. The central can levy tax on goods, but only on interstate. The state can levy tax on goods, but within state only. The center can levy tax on service. State cannot levy tax on service. So power is distributed. Goods both have powers, but inter and intra. Service only center has power, but GST it has both the taxes, goods and service. Now how the power would come, because we cannot levy GST. GST is one India, one tax. For levying GST, we need a constitutional amendment. We need to change the constitution. Amendment is changing. We have to change the constitution. How the constitution will change? The parliament has power to change the constitution, and along with state, all the state has to pass that constitutional amendment. Then only constitution can be changed. Constitution is not a small document that anyone can change. The parliament has passed a special resolution. So many people, they have to come together and then they have to pass this resolution. Yes, we can change the constitution. The constitution was changed in 2016. How did it got changed and why it was changed? Because the power was distributed in center and state. The center cannot levy tax on goods on interstate, and state cannot levy tax on service part as well as goods on interstate. So the things came into effect. The constitution was changed. Now the current situation after the amendment is both center and state can levy tax on both the things at the same time. So that is what constitutional amendment. That was 101st amendment. Why it is 101? Because since 1947 till 2016, 100 amendments, 100 changes have been done in Constitution of India. This is the 101st amendment in Constitution that brought the GST into the picture. So that is what constitutional amendment. So I hope all the questions are answered. If any remaining question is there, please let me know. I'll reply. The time is also almost over. If there is any more questions, please give me quickly so that I'll reply. Else we will end the session.
So there are no more questions as of now.
So thank you so much for the patient listening, and yes, I love the questions that you have all asked. These are very intellectual questions and definitely worth answering questions. Thank you so much, and I hand over to Riya ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nitesh Gupta sir, for taking today's class. So we look forward for more classes of you. So we have students. We have already shared the schedule of CAT e-learning classes part 1 course in your mail IDs. So please have a look. And up to January we are having the class. So please have a look and please attend the class regularly. So we have our very good faculty members with us. So thank you so much, Nitesh Gupta sir, for your presence today. Thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. I'll take a leave.
We end our session here. And next session, we will be having it from 7 o'clock. Fundamentals of Financial Accounting, paper 1. From Ayuja sir will be taking the class. He will be the faculty. So please join at 7. And we have given the link for that class. So there is a separate link. So please enter into that link and please attend the class. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.